Here we go. What did you think?
They were very, very funny parts.
Thank you.
Very family friendly and,
yes. Very clean.
Good stuff.
Pretty clean. Pretty clean. Yeah. Pretty clean. Yeah, I try to be. Not always, but some of the time.
Now you're going to translate that whole set?
I can try.
No, just kidding.
You know what? I noticed that when you do stand-up comedy, it's so natural. It's like you never even practiced it, do you? I
practice it all the time. And if you, you got to do it all the time. It's just like Jerry Seinfeld compares it to being a professional athlete. If you're being on stage is like working out. If you're not working out, somebody else is, and they're gonna be better. But if you don't work out all the time, you start to forget your material. You forget to, you're not as natural. I had a friend who had cancer. And he went away for a while, and he was trying to recover. And he came back, and he had to go watch his old tapes so that he could remember his set, because he hadn't performed in a while.
So you have to practice in order to make it sound like it's the first time you said it.
You have to be, right, basically. That's the trick. The trick is to make it sound as spontaneous as you can and be as spontaneous as you can. And the way to do that is to fake it by being on stage all the time.
Because it's like a dialogue with the audience.
It is.
So, él no explica que, vamos para traducir en español, que yo le digo que él se ve tan natural cuando él hace su comedia que no parece ni que practica ni siquiera que escribió las líneas. Y él me dice que el truco de verse tan natural es constantemente practicar. Constantemente practicar para verse natural cuando está haciendo la comedia, ¿no? And you guys are both looking at me like, right yeah.
I'm just thinking, I'm just waiting for a word I can understand. That's all I really know is flan and punto, bonita.
Oh, that's a good one.
Then I'm done.
Okay.
I'm
Dave,
sorry, you don't care about
that's
that.
Okay. But I want to get in all my questions here.
Yes.
Now, when you were considering being a stand-up comedian, was there a time you were pondering, and let's see now, what type of stand-up comedian am I going to be?
Yes.
Am I going to be a family style? Am I going to be Richard Pryor? Yeah. How did you do that?
I think a lot of it just comes naturally as you develop. There's what we call your stage persona, which is very similar to the writer's voice. It's not necessarily who you are, but it's who you are on stage. It's who you project yourself. It's usually a part of your personality. Like the happy part, or the ranting part, or the disgusted part, or whatever part you want to bring up there every night. That's your persona, and I think it develops over time. I think for me, being older when I started, I was 36 when I started, and for me to make, money at it was one thing, and also for me, I would get up sometimes. I would do shows in front of people that I knew, and I don't necessarily want to be.
Right.
I want to be pretty clean, and I'm a little edgy. I mean, that was a long set, and there was stuff in the set that we wouldn't be playing at 6 o'clock in the evening. But yeah, it does lean to clean, and the reason it leans to clean, for one thing, is that it's kind of, I was more comfortable doing it that way, and also being my age, without having a lot of television credits, you've got to be clean to make a living at it.
So, Leonard le pregunta que cómo él decidió qué tipo de comediante él quería ser. Entonces él nos explica que hay un proceso como cuando un escritor tiene que encontrar su voz. Él decidió que mejor él quería ser un tipo de comediante que mantendría su comedia limpia. Una por la edad en que él comenzó, y como no tiene mucho crédito, él piensa que para hacer dinero lo mejor que él puede hacer es mantener pues su comedia limpia, ¿no? Familiar.
What would be your ultimate goal as a stand-up comedian?
The ultimate goal would be to have my own show on the BNN network. No, I don't know. I think my ultimate goal as a stand-up probably would be to make a good living at it. Whatever that means, and whatever that. Right now I make a living.
Yeah.
But I'd like to make a better living.
I mean, have you auditioned for Leno or?
I've auditioned for Fox. I've auditioned for Last Comic Standing. I've been on XM and Sirius Satellite Radio and a few other radio networks. I've auditioned. I brought my writing samples to Conan O'Brien. His show, and a couple of other things. I've had something into Mandalay production company, which sounds like Mandalay Industries, which is a Seinfeld thing, but it's not. It's an actual production company. And I've had things in, and just nothing's really worked out. So I'd like any of those things to work, or whatever the next thing is, I would like that to work out.
we got to wrap it up because we have more from Profugos and some more roll-ins.
They were great.
Great isn't the words. Fantastic.
Tenemos más de prófugos y le queremos dar las gracias a David por estar con nosotros. Muchas gracias por estar con nosotros.
Yes.
Gracias.
I have no idea what you said.
Where are you going to be appearing?
Thank you.
Thank you for coming out.
I'm saying that.
I'm gonna quit comedy. I'm gonna start following these guys around and be a groupie for them.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, no, I'm at Manchester, New Hampshire on the last Saturday of July, and then Motley's Comedy Club a little later in the fall. We don't have the date booked yet, but probably in November, December at Motley's Comedy Club at Chatham Street in Boston.
Great. Thanks for being here,
Thank
Dave.
you for having me.
Gracias por venir. Gracias. Can you say gracias?
Gracias.
De nada.
Okay. We're going to be coming right back with more Prófugos.
Ya regresamos con Prófugos. Quédense con nosotros.